right,
All
Sean,
right.
how's it going?
Hey, Chris, thanks so much for the intro. And that was very cool. Um, the B-roll video you have right there of me, and
I know.
appreciate that.
Cool, cool. So, hey, we just caught up, and actually, I looked you up. I did a search for SEO Philippines. SEO Hacker shows up at the very top. Hey, why don't you quickly introduce yourself very briefly?
So my name is Sean, and thank you again, Chris, for the intro. And thank you, SEO Ranking team, for having me here. Really appreciate it. I'm the CEO and founder of SEO Hacker. I founded the company when I was 21 years old, almost a kick out from my school because I failed a lot, 28 units in my college. Figured that being a career guy may not be the way for me. So I started blogging about SEO after I tried learning about it. And the blog, which was called SEO Hacker, started picking up and it started getting clients. And that's how it all started. And from a $60 startup, because literally I used $60 to buy the website and domain name, now it is $1 million company based here in the Philippines.
Wow. That's incredible. It seems like sounds like a familiar story. I know a lot of people in the industry who can share a similar story. Really cool. Well, hey Sean, I think everybody is excited to hear your speech. So why don't we get right into it?
Awesome. All right. Hey guys, good evening. It's good evening here in the Philippines, 10 p.m. Good morning to depending where you are, or good afternoon. Again, my name is Sean, and I'll take you through the ropes. My talk is going to be search engine optimization changes lives. Now, you might think maybe this is an exaggeration of things like how is my job being an SEO guy or an SEO gal changing lives today, and we'll dive deeper into that. But before that, just want to give you a little bit more introduction about myself. So I'm a guy who has written a couple of books, CEO at 22 being my first one. Let me see if I do have a copy here. Yes, I do. Um, Unfortunately, this is not distributed everywhere in the world. It's just here in the Philippines. But if you are interested, I do have the ebook in my website, and I wrote 50x Your Business in Amazon and how to make remote work during the pandemic. I also have my podcast. I'm on YouTube and Spotify. I speak about leadership, entrepreneurship, and management because I lead a team of 50 people here in the Philippines. And my goodness, leadership is a lot of work. So everything I'm learning, I'm sharing there for free. You can check it out if you want to learn more about stuff I do outside of the SEO realm. And SEO Hacker, of course, my first company. I founded a couple of others, which I'll not get into right now, because what we're going to be talking about is how your work and my work in SEO changes lives. Now, have you ever paused for a second and thought about it? Why did I get into SEO? Why did you guys get into SEO? There must be a reason why. And I want to share with you my story. How I got into SEO is I started a blog called God and You. This is way back 2009. In 2009, here in the Philippines, not a lot of people knew what SEO was. If you say SEO, people are like, what? What? Did you say CEO? I mean, I know it's funny if you are also getting the same reaction before years back, but now SEO is everywhere, right? So I started during a time when SEO was not really a thing here in the Philippines. And I had a blog called God and You. I'm a born again Christian. And if you're wondering if the blog still exists, it does. You can find it in my website, sean.c/ideas. Sean.c is my own personal website. You can find everything about me in that website, my public speaking, my investments, and so on. And so I looked at my stats, and this got a new blog, which I was writing in, didn't have a lot of visitors, didn't have a lot of readers and subscribers. So I searched in Google, how do I increase my readers and subscribers? And this thing called SEO kept popping up. And I thought, why is social media marketing not here? Because Facebook was more popular during that time versus SEO. And I said, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and learn what this SEO is and apply it to the God and You blog. And I made it work. And there was the PageRank system in the PageRank toolbar before, which I was using, and I got it to PageRank 4, and I didn't know a lot. So I got into PageRank 4. I was so excited. I thought maybe I could do this for other companies. So I started as a freelancer, a one-man team doing everything. I had no idea. No, I didn't know how to sell, didn't know how to market, didn't know how to manage a company, didn't know a lot of leadership stuff. So I wasn't a leader during that time. But that was 12 years ago. Fast forward to today, we are a 50-man team. And as I mentioned, we are $1 million company right here in the Philippines. And I still own 100% of the business. I have no investors, no partners. And we're all really just super blessed in what we do. And SEO has changed my life and it has changed the life of a lot of the people I work with in my company. Ever wondered what life was before search engines? Now, I was told there's around 1,600 people who signed up here. And I assume a lot of you guys tuned in are young ones, right? I'm 34. I assume a lot of you guys here are younger than me. So you probably didn't know what life was before search engines came to be. It's life's easy with search engines, right? Before, how difficult do you think it was to get a plumber or to get an electrician? Hello, here in the Philippines, it was all referrals. Hey, do you know an electrician? Hey, do you know a plumber? Hey, do you know someone who can fix my roof? If there was no Google here, we'd still be asking word of mouth. And if you don't have anyone in your circle of influence who knows a good plumber, you're pretty much screwed, right? I mean, you have to go out of your way to really shop around and look for these services. How hard was it to look for the specifications of a big purchase that you're going to be doing, like a car or a laptop or a PC or a mobile phone? It would be very difficult. In fact, you would always need to go to the store just to ask for the specs, and you would need to keep going back just to learn which big purchase you're going to be doing, which car are you going to go for. But a lot of things today are within a click of a button. You don't even need to go to the shop. You don't need to go to the car store. A lot of things today are within the touch of a finger, within a punch of the keyboard. It's super duper easy for a lot of people, billions of people who are connected to the internet. And knowledge is valuable. A lot of people, a lot of places say knowledge is power, knowledge is valuable. Yeah, sure, of course. But it's a lot more commonplace than it is today. In fact, we got an overload of knowledge. And a lot of this knowledge that we have is online. And a lot of it is on Wikipedia. But is it really that valuable when it's so diluted and when it's so noisy? Because there's a lot of things in this so-called repository of knowledge, which is the internet. That's not really true. What is increasing in value today, as I speak right now, is the truth. Because truth, by definition, is exclusive. And there are absolute truths in our world. You can't say that, truth is relative. What's true for you is not true for me. What's true for me is not true for you. And that's always how it's going to be. You can't say that because we have gravity. Gravity is an absolute truth. If you say, well, gravity is not true for me, try jumping out the roof of your house and you know immediately that gravity is quite true, right? Quite absolutely true. So there are truths in this world that are exclusive, that are absolute, and we can't argue with that. And the internet is full of knowledge. Sadly, we got a lot of fake news going on. And what is important is we bring out the truth as SEO specialists. Social media is plagued with fake news, even up to today. We ask people, do you believe what you read in social media? How much of it is valuable to you? How much of it do you think is true? And a lot of people will say, maybe 50% of it is true. I don't know, right? I don't know what to believe anymore. And we prevent these things. You and I, as SEO specialists, we prevent these things from happening in the world of search. We work with search engines. We follow their guidelines and best practices. We make sure that we're able to serve people along with Google, with Bing, with Yahoo, all these search engines. We make sure we serve people who are looking for information, the truth of the knowledge in the internet. We serve them. We help researchers, academics, scientists further their research and so further the knowledge of our species. We help hobbyists find that niche product that they have been dying to purchase or they might be wanting to purchase so that they can sell it. We help businesses find the best service providers out there to help them with their growing painful problems. We help patients find the right hospital, the right doctor, the right medicine, and how to administer that medicine or how to take that medicine, when to take that medicine, did they take it with food or not. We literally save lives. You and I, we make the world a better place. We have a very noble job, and I know that you and I don't see things this way in a lot of days. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure you guys experience this as well. See, the problem is we rarely see our work as a noble job. We rarely see our work as a just cause, as something worth doing. Often we see this, the search results page. We live and breathe this. Often we see tools like SE ranking and how is our rankings. And often this is what we look like when our competition outranks us. Even if it's just one or two spots, we're like face palm. This makes SEO, don't get me wrong, the competition, everything makes SEO a fun game. And you and I, we enjoy the game. That's why we keep playing. But we should never forget, we should never ever forget that what we are doing matters. You see, time is the building blocks of life. And the more time that people spend out there on the shop asking about the specs of these cars that they're shopping around for, the more time they spend on the shop, the computer shop, asking which laptop would be best for them, the less time that they have to spend with their family, with their loved ones, the less life that they have. And you and I, what we do is literally we save their time, and so we save their life. Because time is the building blocks of life. We save thousands of lives every single day. And I'm not going to make my talk very long because I know that this is still going to be a long event. And a lot of the things that might be discussed here are more technical, or it's going to be a higher knowledge for you guys. And you got a lot of learning to do. So I'm going to wrap this up and just say thank you for being a modern day hero. What you guys are doing, it is a noble job. It is a worthy cause. Thank you so much, and God bless you. If you want to email me, this is my email address, and you can follow me on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much. Take care, guys, and God bless.
Oh boy, I was hoping that Sean would stay on for a second here. Why don't we? Oh, there we go. Woo! You're back.
I'm still here.
All right, good, good, good. Very inspiring session. I agree. Let me take a step back here. I do think that SEO has changed dramatically. So I'm actually even a little bit older than you are. Just hit 52. I got into SEO about 25 years ago when Google was still called Backrub, right? So everything has completely changed since then.
Yeah.
It's like the Wild West. All you had to do is like buy backlinks and your website would show up. Nowadays, like we are very careful on who we work with. Luckily, we're pretty well at doing SEO of our own company. How do you decide who you work with? Like, what kind of advice do you have to SEO freelancers or agencies out there to be ethically responsible? I'd love to hear your thoughts about that.
When you say who you work with, does this mean clients or
yes,
does this mean...
yeah,
okay,
clients,
fine.
and also in turn, clients, employees. I mean, I know there's still people out there, they do the black hat stuff, which
my gosh, Chris, that's gonna be a long answer. Okay, but I'll try to summarize it as much as I can. For employees, we are very picky with who we hire and who I let in my house. So we have a long hiring process. It's a 7-step hiring process. They go through a lot of people. They answer an 80-question core value exam that I personally wrote, and we really try to see if they're the right fit for our culture. SEO Hacker, we're very, very good with training people, even if they're new hires, even if they didn't study marketing or IT. We have a lot of process videos and documents, and we always tell people, don't be afraid to ask. There's no red tape, no bureaucracy. Literally, my office is an open door, and people can just come in and ask me questions. So that's the kind of culture we have, but we're very strict with our hiring process. So with every 100 applicants, and these are all good applicants, we are able to hire somewhere at 5% per position open that we got, right? So that is something that's very important for me. because it's not just about the skill set and how fast they learn. It's about how well they fit into the culture. And the culture, of course, is something that the founder or the CEO is has to intentionally build. So I'm very intentional about our culture and people we let in. About the clients now, how do we choose the clients we work with? One of the things that I always tell people who ask me about clients and getting clients and closing deals is not all money is good money. So we turn down SEO Hacker. We're known here to turn down any company that has to deal with online gambling or casinos, porn sites. We don't accept these kinds of clients. And that's largely because I'm a born again Christian. These are my beliefs and principles. But I respectfully tell them that, hey, there's a lot of SEO companies out there. They might be happy to take you in. It's just that I have certain principles and I am unable to help you because of this. But, good luck in your SEO endeavor. Also, I choose clients who are easy to work with, meaning they're not very meticulous. And for them, the money that they're going to be paying me is not their kidney and their liver. If you know what I mean, right? Because these
Yeah.
clients who think that the money they're paying you is so big, they're going to be always at your neck. And I'm already at the point where we're a 12-year-old company. By the 15th year, I plan to let go a little bit more in terms of my management and my involvement in the team. So we're professionalizing. I'm hiring people who are, I'm promoting to C-level executive roles. So I prefer getting clients who are going to be happy working with us. And the money that they're going to be paying us is money that they set aside. It's not money that is going to be hurting them when they pay it to SEO Hacker. I hope that helps you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's a very good point, right? We make the same decision here. Like if somebody comes to us, they're desperate, like we're their last hope. It's not a
Yeah.
good fit, right?
Yeah.
It's just not. And actually, your answers, they resonate well with our audience. Let me quickly highlight a question here from Andrew. Sean, how do you think things would go if you started SEO in 2022? Would it be easier with loads of data and video online, or harder due to competition? That's a really good question.
Yeah, really good question.
Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew, thank you so much for the question. First and foremost, I want to let you know that I can only answer really from my perspective. So this is a biased perspective because I started 2009, and I think it's one of the most it's for me it's the perfect time to start, but maybe it's because that's when I started. That's my history. And the reason why I say that is because that's the turning point for Google when they released all of these hammers against people who were doing black hat SEO. They released Google Panda, Google Penguin, all of these anti-spam algorithms and updates that are working in their engine right now. So I came to be as an SEO guy who was largely unfamiliar with black hat tactics and gray hat tactics. I was following Moz, I was following Copy Blogger, I was following a lot of white hat SEO people writing about white hat SEO. While a lot of these OG SEOs, and I don't mean you, Chris, you look young. I don't mean you're OG, but you are one of the original SEOs who
Yeah.
started 25 years ago. A lot of the people who might have been doing SEO as early as you are, Chris, they were disheartened because SEO became harder and harder. Now it's white hat. We can't do all the black hat stuff we were doing so easy to make money during that time when you're doing SEO. So they were disheartened. They left the game. I kept going because this is the SEO game that I'm used to playing. It's white hat already. So I think it's one of the perfect times to start way back. But if you're starting now, yes, the competition is a lot tighter. But so the question is how you're going to sell, right? How are you going to get more clients? When you talk about competition, it's really because how are you going to get more clients? And for me, the answer to that is you just have to spread yourself. So this is how I do it. I'm still the main sales guy in SEO Hacker and the main marketing guy. And I just get myself out there. I network. I play golf. I speak in events. I was telling Chris, I was just in Phuket last week. I spoke in TBEX, Travel and Business Expo 2022. And I was able to talk with the chief marketing officer of Marriott in Thailand, just because I was speaking in that event. And I spoke about SEO as well. They invited me as a guest speaker. It was an all expense paid trip. I was so blessed to be there. 100 people attended my talk. I kept promoting SE ranking because I use SE ranking. I'm so happy to use SE ranking. Very happy with the results that I'm getting with SE ranking as well. And so I was networking. I got some good leads out of there. I get a lot of my clients from the keyword SEO Philippines because we're number one here in the country. We're literally ranking number one for that keyword. But if I didn't have that, if I don't own that keyword, that SEO Philippines keyword from Google, this is how I would be doing it. I would go out and do a lot of stuff, smartly network, right? I play golf not because I have extreme fun playing the game, but because a lot of golfers are businessmen and they're big businessmen, right? So be very strategic in how you try to close deals and make your sales. I think you'll be able to make it big still, even if it's 2022.
Man, we have time for one more really quick answer. We got a minute and a half left.
Sure.
I find that an interesting question. How do you price a job? Is it based on an hourly rate? Does the size of the company, turnover, blah, blah, blah? I can quickly tell you how we do it. We have 3 pricing models, 2, 3, or 4,000, divided by the average hourly rate. In our case, 125. We do all the same stuff. Just takes a little bit longer. That's how we do it. How do you price a job?
So we have $3,000 per month. We don't divide per hour because I personally don't like to do a lot of math. So we just close, because most of our clients here in the Philippines are big enterprise clients, like the biggest malls, the biggest stuff. So they're just happy just paying that monthly rate to us. For me, I prefer to do it that way, but I think you would be able to close more deals doing it the way that Chris is doing it, where you have tier pricing. We don't have tier pricing because we're widely known as number one here in the Philippines. And that's the thing. If you have a very good branding and you're known as the best, people will pay whatever you're charging, right? I mean, 4,000 is a very good rate already. 3,000 US charging here in the Philippines, that's super high. I think we're the most expensive SEO company here, but because we're the number one, we can charge pretty much everything. Turnover, yes, the turnover does affect the quote that we give. That's why we do our best try to minimize the turnover. Now, if the turnover is a positive turnover, meaning the client, not positive, but it's a client side turnover. They mismanage their resources. There's a different marketing manager, and he or she doesn't want SEO. Like these things we cannot affect anymore, right? It's client side turnover. But anything SEO hacker side turnover, meaning we screwed up, one of my people screwed up, we try to fix all of these things and create process documents so it doesn't happen again.
Cool. So, Sean, we're at the end of our time together. Let's connect on LinkedIn. I'd love to, keep in touch. Thank you so much on behalf of SE Ranking.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Your presentation, it was a pleasure.
Wearing your T-shirt.
Yes. Eat, sleep, optimize. Cool.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you so much. Be well.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.